Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. And I'm going to remind you all to please silence your cell phones. Take up hymnals, and we'll start with the beginning in the very front of your hymnal with the unity statement of being, and then followed by the 5 unity principles. There is one presence and one power in this church, in our lives, and in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And the 5 unity principles. Number 1, good, everywhere present. Number 2, God lives in us, therefore we are inherently good. Number 3, we are co-creators with God, and we make our experiences through our thoughts. Number 4, prayer is creative thinking that heightens our connection with God mind. Number 5, it is not enough to simply know these principles, we must live the truth we know. And continuing in your hymnal to hymn number 2, the Lord's Prayer, please stand.
This is a time of going into the silence. We gently go apart a while. Close the door. Take time out for spirit, the divine aspect of us, that harmonizing aspect of us, that regenerative aspect of us. We go within and experience its divine radiance. Its rays, healing rays, harmonizing rays, uplifting, entertaining, whatever you've been experiencing this past week. Whatever may be weighing on you, on your consciousness. I invite you to bless it. Bless it until its peace be still. For these thoughts serve a purpose and therefore are divine. They serve a greater good. They serve, we rest in the knowing that all is well. For there is a higher intelligence, a perfection, that exists in every moment of now. We are a part of that perfection. Our experiences are a part of that perfection. For all these things serve a purpose. Purpose of bringing forth a higher way of expressing, a higher way of seeing, a higher way of being. One is open to ideas, realizations, that take one on journeys, beautiful journeys, where these highest expressions can be realized. So be still, brothers and sisters. Be at peace. Relax in this beautiful inner space that is within you. That in this space within you there is a beautiful truth, an authentic truth that yearns for expression. This authentic truth is you at your core. It's a part of your natural self. The self that does not require any learning. It does not require any instruction. It simply is. When you came here, in this experience as human, it was right there with you. This is your true self. The self that we sometimes temporarily forget. It is our unambiguous self. Through our conscious union with this unambiguous self, lies the remedy, the medicine for this world. For it contains that authentic song, that authentic way of seeing, that way that only you can see. When you have removed yourself from status quo and ideals and comparisons. This is the self that is not meant to be compared with anything. For it is an original. How can one compare what is incomparable? This is you, brothers and sisters. The real you. The you that is removed from fear. The you that is pure love. That this world desperately needs. I invite you to contemplate beautiful truth within. This authentic you is spirit as you. So as we are enjoying these beautiful moments of peace, serenity, and harmony, and sisters here to join me. Join me in intention today. For it is my intention to align my consciousness with spirit. To get this personality out of the way. For it does not serve us here. I do not know the words that will come. I only have an intention of the end result. As the bringing forth of new ideas, new realizations, new insights that will take us in new directions. So I invite you to join me in that intention. For our minds are already joined. You do not know the how. You only need set our mind on the end result. See that end result using the faculty of our imagination, which then gives the instructions to spirit or the coordinates in which we wish to go. So hold that intention with me to experience a new message. Authentic message. A message that takes us to new vantage points of seeing, experiencing, being. Where we can look on the world with new eyes. Eyes that are seeing things for the very first time. Hold this intention with me. Know that where two or more are gathered together, all things are possible. Know that our combined intention brings forth unlimited possibilities. Feel the gratitude that you would feel upon experiencing these new realizations. Feel that gratitude and feel that excitement right now. Feel the joy as these new insights, new realizations begin to make themselves known to you. Feel that joy right now. Know that through spirit, we can do all things. Know that limitlessness is our birthright. feel gratitude with me. Gratitude that it is already done. All intentions already answered. And that the vehicle of spirit will now take us to our destination. Feel that gratitude, brothers and sisters. Let us feel that gratitude in the name and after the loving nature of the source of all abundance, all possibilities, all blessings, that is spirit, that is principle, and so it is. Amen. Would everyone please turn your hymnals to page number 185. 185. I am the expression of infinite life. Page 185. I am the expression of infinite life. Would everyone please stand? Please stand. Lydia was going to remind me, set my timer. I said, well, yeah, I think go ahead and remind me. Yeah, but I got it. All right. How we doing? This is Pride Month, and so even if New Orleans celebrates Pride Month with the LGBTQ community, remember in a previous message, regardless of how you live your life, these are our brothers and sisters. So however it is, whatever it is, if it is important to our brothers and sisters, guess what? It is important to us as well. The most important thing is our brothers and sisters. That is the most important thing. So are we ready? Yeah. All right. Here we go. So, the name of my talk is Authentic Living. authentic living. You know, there's a child, a beautiful child that is within each and every one of us. I don't even know how old you are. There's a beautiful child that's within us. And this child has a natural way of expressing. It doesn't need any instructions. It doesn't need any type of anything as far as teaching it how to be a certain way. It's already naturally this way. Authentic living is embracing all of oneself. That means embracing one's humanity. So we're not talking about bypassing anything. We're talking about embracing everything. We're talking about embracing our humanity. We're embracing our feelings, embracing everything about us. And also, embracing our divinity as well. Embracing that part of us that is human, that part of us that may be insecure and is fearful. Embracing that part of us that is love. Authentic living, total living, living in integrity with who you are. And there's a truth to you. See, there's a truth. But before I get into all of that, I want to get into what kind of gets in the way. What gets in the way of living our life authentically. And, you know, when I was thinking about it, when I was putting this talk together, I was like, what is it? It all comes down to fear. 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 So, when we experience fear, it throws everything off as far as the intellect. This is why I always talk about us incorporating our heart space so that we can actually be balanced, even in the times that we're actually in fear. But when we are in fear, our intellect is completely thrown off. Completely thrown off, and it begins to depending on the fear, it begins to see shadows. Physically, as far as in our bodies, the cortisol levels raise, and this actually inhibits the intellectual capacity. So we're not able to even think properly. You know, so now we're just basically reacting off of emotions, but we're not even thinking properly. We're not even thinking correctly. Okay, we're not even seeing correctly at this point because depending on the fear, you know, however the levels of fear, that's the level of inhibitors that we have to our intellectual capacity for reason. So what I mean by all this, we can't rely on the intellect. We just can't rely on it because this is a fearful world that we live in. We always, you know, every time we look at the news or anything else, there's all sorts of things to be afraid of. All sorts of things to be afraid of. All sorts of things. And so, it's important to understand what's going on in the backdrop. What's really happening in the backdrop. You see, when you have teachers, you know, we have some teachers in here. And see, teachers are actually trained to spot children that are in abused homes. They're trained. So these children that are in abused homes, they actually, they're more withdrawn. They can be hostile. Okay? So there's different aspects that they look for, but different warning signs that let them know. And see, you know, again, within us, there's a child. And so when we are fearful, when we're not confident, and we're fearful, we just want to fit into the environment that we're in. We just want to fit in. We just want to, basically, we don't really want to attract any attention to ourselves. Now keep in mind, there's an authentic way of expressing, and at this point, that authentic way of expressing is not being utilized. Because at this point, we're afraid. And so now we just want to fit in, we just want to blend in. That's all we want to do at this point. And so what happens with that is we just continue to abuse ourselves because, see, we're not expressing what is within us to express. We're not expressing this beautiful truth that has a remedial aspect that is meant to uplift people. When we are coming from this beautiful truth that is within us, this beautiful truth as far as who we are. And there's a certainty and a confidence that we experience. In the book of John, chapter 8, verses 32 through 35, our elder brother, Rabbi Yeshua ben Joseph, was talking to some Jews. And to some of these Jews who believed in him, he said, if you follow in my word, then you are truly my disciples. And you will know the truth. And the truth will make you free. In some of the books it says set you free. And so they responded because, as we typically do when we're thinking in physicality, when we're thinking like, many of the things that I brought down to Brother Rabbi Yeshua said just went right over their head. Right over their head. So they think he's talking about, literally being slaves. So as far as like a physical slave. And so they said, well, we're descendants from Abraham and have never been slaves to anyone. So what do you mean you will be made free? And so he said, very truly I tell you, anyone who engages in error is a slave to error. The slave doesn't have a permanent place in the household. The son and daughter has a place there forever. So let me get into that. Because first of all, let me provide context. Okay, so our elder brother, Rabbi Yeshua, he was speaking about so many beautiful things, so many ideas that were so beyond, they were still in physicality, thinking that, for example, he was saying like, listen, you don't have to do it. Even if you think it, it still is. You still did it. You just did it in your mind. Okay? So they were clueless to all of these concepts, all of these ideas. They had no idea about these things. He would teach, anything that you're thinking about anybody else, whether you physically did this or not, you're putting yourself in the same place of condemnation that you're putting your brother or sister in. You're putting yourself right there. Just letting them know. If you knew what you were actually doing, you wouldn't do it. So there were so many things, so many earth-shattering things, teachings that he was bringing. So this was just another one. And so he was just saying, so if you follow in my word, which is some of the things that he's teaching, then you will be truly my disciples and you will know the truth. And it will set you free. Now when we hear that, many times when we hear that saying, many people use that saying to promote, some sort of external truth. Some sort of, they'll use that, the truth, and the truth sets free, and they present an external truth that, maybe they read about or something. But at the same time, the greatest truth lives in you. The highest truth lives in you. And this highest truth, it's in different areas if you really want to divide it, because, we like to separate things. We want to classify things. So I'm going to classify for you. So the greatest truth consists of spirits. That lives in you too. Right there in spirit. What is at your core? Who you are at your core. Who you are at your core. And you know what I'm talking about. Who you are at your core. The core of your being. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Maybe you've been so used to fitting in that you temporarily forgot. But who you are at your core, that's also the truth. Also, your experiences. Your experience, your realizations that you experienced because of your experience, the things that you went through, the mistakes that you made that sent you on this path or that path or whatever it was. But these beautiful realizations that you then stepped into later on, and it's like, oh my God. And so these beautiful realizations are like diamonds and pearls and emeralds and rubies. Which now you can draw upon, now you can draw upon these things, to help your brothers and sisters. And now you can draw upon these things as far as not being impacted by the same things that are impacting some of your brothers and sisters who are still caught up in that fearful paradigm. Because now because you've experienced, you have an intimate understanding, you have an intimate knowledge, an intimate truth. See, you can see this truly, you see, because you've gone through this. You see, you've gone through this. And so now you know what's going on. You know what's up. You know what's down. You know what's a upside down way of seeing things. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but here's what I've learned in my life's journey. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Everybody with me? Okay. So, the greatest truth that you will ever experience comes from you. Doesn't come from me. Doesn't come from that book. Doesn't come from, your parents or anybody else. The greatest truth comes from you. And is waiting to be expressed. It is waiting to be expressed. There is a beauty that you have within you. Okay? That only you, I can't express it. No one else can express that beauty that you have within you except for you. That's just you. And when you express this light, it has this remedial impact on yourself, first of all, and everyone around you. Everyone around you. But we're sometimes afraid because a lot of times we live our lives for other people. We wonder what are people going to think? What are they going to think? Well, I don't want to say this, so we start qualifying everything, every impulse, every natural instinct that we, or natural impulse that we actually have, we start qualifying it. So we start looking at this landscape of personalities. We start looking at the personalities and wanting to base what we do on a landscape, a sea of personalities. Let me tell you something, okay? That is a fearful existence. That is a fearful existence. Because personalities, you don't know what side of bed they're going to wake up on. You have no idea what side of the bed they're going to wake up on. You're going to base everything off of that? No. All thing you can do is love a personality. That's it. They're doing the best that they can. That's all you can do is just love them. That's it. Just love them. That's it. You can't depend on them as far as any type of certainty. You're going to depend on them for certainty. It's going to be really scary for you. When I get up here and I talk and I give my talks, keep in mind, I take credit for nothing, but I also let you take any responsibility for anything as well. So however you take these talks or whatever, I don't take any responsibility for it. Because see, these talks still have to compete with your thoughts. They still have to compete with what you think. So if I qualified everything that came out of my mouth, you'd be getting this watered down talk, something about that everyone is blessed, everyone's a child of God, and amen. Okay, that's what you would be getting. Okay? But no. You hear things from this pulpit that you haven't even heard before. You haven't heard in other pulpits. The reason why is because I trust in spirit. I trust in the certainty of spirit. The personalities are just personalities. That's it. I don't take credit when you like it. I don't take credit. I say all praise be the spirit. Thank you for the spiritual confirmation. Thank you for the confirmation from spirit. Thank you. I don't take credit. I also then take responsibility when some of my brothers and sisters come in. Well, I didn't like that. Okay. All right. And I sleep like a baby at night. I sleep like a baby. Why? Because I trust in spirit. So I'm going to get into that. Because we're talking about authenticity. Because what you're getting here from me is authenticity. You're getting an authentic truth that is coming from me and is being expressed. And I'm not doing this by myself, you see. And I'm not saying do this by yourself. No. So let's get into this. How do we bring forth this authentic truth? Well, you know how I'm going to start this. I'm going to start with the meditations and everything else, because when we're fearful, meditation is how we can actually calm our mind down so we can actually start thinking clearly, number one. If you find yourself getting fearful about anything, okay, take some time to meditate. And I don't care what when you Google and people talk about the right way, the reason why you should meditate, why you don't meditate, things like, listen, forget all of that stuff. If you find yourself, okay, upset, okay, you're not going to be thinking clearly, okay? I would invite you at that point to go into the silence and get calm. I'm not saying bypass, because they talk a lot about spiritual bypassing and things like that. I like to Google to see what the collective consciousness is thinking about. I like to know what's out there, because people Google stuff all the time. I want to know what people are Googling. I want to know. Whole lot of stuff on spiritual bypassing, but there's really nothing on that you can find on bypassing your divinity or bypassing spirit. You see, on relying solely on the intellect. You don't really find anything there. That's okay, I guess. Don't ask. Don't use your higher self. Don't use your higher self to aid you in this world that can be confusing. No, don't do that. No. That's what they try to teach you. Okay? So, meditation. To be calm, to begin to calm. And then go back to it from a calm place, a calm state of mind, when your cortisol levels are low, and now your intellect is higher now. You're going to sit up here and make decisions at this lower intellectual state? No. Meditate. Be calm first. Calm your mind. Be calm. Be at peace. Then go back to it. Take a look at it. I can guarantee you it's going to look a little bit different. It doesn't mean that you're going to be just jumping around doing a happy dance, but at the same time, it's going to be different at that point. It's not going to be the same thing. You're not going to see the same shadows that you. There's going to be something that's going to be different from it, from a calm state. Gratitude. Listen. You know what I do? I give gratitude even when I'm upset and I haven't found the gift yet. I give gratitude right there. I give gratitude. Thank you so much, because I know that there's still a gift coming. I know that I just haven't gotten it yet. It just hasn't come in the mail yet, But I know that there's a gift. You know why? Because everything I've seen in my past, it's always had a gift. It's always had a gift. What makes this time different? Has Spirit changed his mind about me? No. Spirit has not changed his mind. At some point, I get that there's going to be a gift here too. There's going to be a gift. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what the gift is yet, but I know it's going to be good. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for this challenge. Thank you so much. I don't like it. I'll be honest. So it's not about pretending here. I don't like this, but thank you. Because I know that this is for my highest good. Thank you. Building a relationship with Spirit. I'm going to get into that just a little bit. Building a relationship with Spirit. Listen, if you really want to handle everything with just the intellect, okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Okay? Because, it's hard enough, We need that something on our side. And that's what Spirit gives me. Okay? I'm running this church. I'm not running this church by myself. No, indeed. I would have left here. I would just gone back to Houston. I'm out of here. No, I'm not running this church by myself. It's Spirit's church. Spirit is running this church. There's so many weaknesses that I have currently. You see, and Spirit is my strength where I'm weak. There's so many things so many things that I need to work on. And I'm not here to demonize it, but at the same time, hey, I realize, some of my shortcomings and stuff like that. That's it. Spirit, I need you. And so Spirit is here. Spirit is here. This is Spirit's church. So I sleep like a baby at night. I sleep like a baby. There's no being up all night, being anxious and things like that, and worried about it. I sleep like a baby. Okay? Prayer. Listen. Don't just be reactive with your prayer. Be proactive with it. Be proactive with your praying. Be proactive with it. Okay? Some people call it getting prayed up. You know? But be proactive with your prayers. You know? Pray. Pray. Doesn't have to be when something's wrong. Pray. Even gratitude is a prayer. Pray. So, what I would say, as far as some of the things that I would actually say would actually help you to experience this, because keep in mind, like I said, the only reason why we don't express this core, this act, this who we are at our core is when we're afraid. We're afraid because we think, what if somebody will think, but a willingness to trust in spirit. A willingness to trust in spirit. Trust in spirit as your source. As your source for everything. I've said this many times. As your source for everything. Because see, when you're not seeing spirit as your source, we're not seeing it as your source, and you're thinking those channels are the source, like maybe you think like Social Security and your retirement check, things like that. So if anything happens, for example, if your Social Security check, if anything happens with the government, hey, you go, whoa, what's going on? Government shutdown, whoa. What about my Social Security check? You see? So there's all this worry. You see, there's always worry when you're sitting up there thinking that these channels are your source. Well, they're not your source, they're channels. That's what they're your channels. Okay? They're channels for your good. Your source is spirit. The source of your abundance is spirit. And when you know that the source of your abundance is spirit, you're not worried about a particular channel. You're sitting there unafraid because you know as one channel closes, another one opens. All the time. It may not instantaneously open, but it will open. There will be another way. And it will be a greater way. And you will actually be grateful for it later on down. Like, something this actually worked out better with this. That channel going out, I was kind of singing the blues and that channel went away. But this, what I'm experiencing now is even better. Thank you, Spirit. So you got to shift, this whole looking at these different channels and thinking that's your source. Number one, that will remove a lot of the fear. Once you begin to remove that fear, see, now you begin to feel safe. You begin to feel more comfortable. Now you begin to be willing to express that core truth that is within you. And you're not going to be worried so much about personalities because you're not looking at them as your source, as your good, of your good. You're looking at spirit as a source of your good. Spirit is the source of your good. And so whatever a personality wants to do or not do is up to it. It's up to them. That's it. Just love them. But depend on spirit. Love the personality, but depend on spirit. Let that be where you place your dependency. Because spirit will never let you down. It will never let you down. It will show up in all sorts of beautiful ways. And all that will do is just deepen your relationship with spirit because it's going to show up in ways that you know that it didn't have anything to do with anything but spirit. And you'll be filled with gratitude at that point. Knowing that you're not alone. Knowing that you are safe now. You are protected now. And see, that's going to change you right there. Into what I want to say next is a willingness to begin to explore who you are. Explore that core that you may have forgotten, that you knew very well when you were a child, but maybe you've forgotten now. Begin to explore who you are deep down inside. Begin to explore now. Explore. See what you find. There's some beautiful things within that core that you're going to love. See what you find. And then when you find it, then a willingness to express it. A willingness to embrace it and express it and be who you are. You see? Be who you are. And watch your life transform. Watch your life and watch people around you get inspired. Watch them get inspired when they see you doing who you are, being who you are. So you're going to inspire them to be who they are. And that's what this world needs. That's what this world needs. This world doesn't need a whole bunch of people fitting in. No, we don't need that. We get out of here with that. We don't need that. No. Follow these tips, and you will see transformation in your life. You will see abundance everywhere in your life. You will be reminded in the symbols that you recognize that there is abundance everywhere, and you will just be overjoyed with that abundance that you're experiencing, and it'll be infectious. It'll be infectious because other people will begin to experience that. And they'll be inspired by it. So, I got an affirmation for everybody. All right. Everybody repeat after me. My authenticity and unique qualities are my strengths and a gift to this world. Next statement. I forgive, release, surrender, and let go of the need to live my life for others. Next statement. I trust in spirit. My authenticity and my inner voice as my guide. Amen. And brothers and sisters, you're going to be that light that your Father and Mother God intended for you to be. Thank you.
Make us think, huh? It's now time for our tithes and offerings. We're going to do the abundance blessing. Divine love, flowing from you, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love, flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Divine love, flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name And now for the announcements. Electronic giving is available at the front desk in the lobby, just by scanning the QR code. Copies of today's service will also be available in CD at the front desk. Prayer chaplains are available for one-on-one confidential prayer, and at the end of the service, the prayer chaplains will move to the front of the sanctuary to meet them. You can find us on YouTube and on Facebook. Next Sunday, June 9th, Reverend Fleming will be delivering the Sunday message. And on Saturday, June 8th, Jack Fontana, Jack, here is your hand. He will be facilitating the final breath workshop at Unity New Orleans for this year. And please see our newsletter for details. Later at the end of June, from the 25th through the 28th, Reverend Fleming will be away on a spiritual retreat, a spiritual silent retreat at the Ruah Spirituality Center. Although space is limited at Ruah, anyone feeling guided to deepen their spiritual relationship is invited to join Reverend Fleming at the Ruah Spirituality Center. And again, please see our newsletter for details. And if you are not signed up for the newsletter, you need to be. There are a lot of things going on, and please see a member of our welcome team, and they'll give you a card to fill out to get you our newsletter.
Stewart, do you have an announcement to make?
Good morning, church. How are you doing? My name is Drew Wilson, and I'm the point person for the project of painting the fence outside the church. So I'm here because I'm following Spirit's lead. Not because I wanted to. But anyway, you know, I have two requests. Man, really following Spirit's lead. All right. So look, I'm here because I need your assistance. This is Spirit-led. I have two requests. And I'm offering an invitation, and I'm also extending a personal request for everybody in here to participate. I only ask two things. The first is that when you come to church, when you think about the church, that you see the fence completed, and you give thanks for it. Whatever your version of that is. It's going to be black, and we're going to make it look as close to what it was originally as possible. But it's important that we all envision it done, and we give thanks for it being done. The second request is that each of you just ask Spirit what part you play in this. And what I promise you is that if you would do that, I will do the same. I'll ask Spirit whatever it is that I'm supposed to do, and then I'll follow through with it. And we'll complete this project. Thank you. Where we are is we need, I'm trying to get 3 bids, or 2 or 3 bids from some welders with different companies who do welding to come out and repair some places on the fence. That's the first part of this project. And so if anybody knows a welder or seen a welder do some work and can get that information to me, then I would greatly appreciate it. The other thing is I'm not going to be in church for the next 4 Sundays. So if you would, just pass it to Stephen. And thank you for the time and for listening to me.
And thank you so much to Stuart for taking on and leading this project. It's something that really needs to be done. So everyone, if you have any knowledge or information, pass it on. Do we have any new visitors today? Anyone here for the first time? If so, if you're willing to stand and introduce yourself. Okay. Seeing none? After the service, we would like to make everyone aware that the sanctuary is being used for confidential prayer. And please be mindful of that. And if you're going to congregate, take it out to the family room. My name is Lydia. I've been a member of the Syrian Church for almost 30 years. I serve on the board, and I also serve in the choir. And if there's anyone here who would like to be a member and give in sacred service, please speak to myself or anyone on our welcome team after the service. Next, we will pray for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is and all is well. The Lord watches between me and thee. Once the other, and helps us to know that we are all one in spirit. Lord Jesus Christ. And now let's circle for trip.
Peace out.